Hello, everyone, and welcome to our call today, our video. I welcome you in the name of Anastasia Foundation and in my name. I am Agata Janik and I collaborate with Anastasia Foundation. I am here responsible more for the European community. We help to connect Ringing Cedars readers, people who love Anastasia books and people who just like to be in a spiritual community which we are creating. And yeah, this is what we are doing. More about Anastasia Foundation and more about what we are doing, about our vision, about our goals, you can read on our webpage. All the important links you will find below the video, this video. So just feel free to read and see if you resonate with what we are doing. If so, feel free to join our communities. We have communities on Facebook, on Telegram. We have even our own community platform. So there are really many possibilities how you can join us. Yeah, today I am really happy and honored to have a special guest on our call. It's Priscillia Barre, and she will tell us more about herself, about her spiritual journey and what she's doing. I am so excited to hear about Priscillia because I met her on one of our European community calls, which she joined. And yeah, these community calls are online every other Sunday, so everyone can join and share their experience. You can share your experience, your spiritual journey, and we discuss different topics from Ringing Cedars books. And yeah, that's really amazing. So that's how I met Priscillia, and I felt so inspired, and I really liked very much what she told us about herself, her vision, that I decided to make an interview with her. And yeah, so here we are. Welcome, Priscillia, and thank you for taking your time. Thank you for being with us today. And thank you for your participation in the calls, and especially thank you for sharing your story and your experience.
Hello, Agata. I'm so happy to be here with the Anastasia Foundations and having the chance to share a bit of my vision and my life. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. It's really awesome to have you here and to create it. So maybe first of all, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit, tell a little bit about yourself? How did you start your personal spiritual journey and how it all began, and just what you feel you want to share with us about yourself?
Well, I think the first topic I want to share is about my work with children, because I start really early. I was 17 years old when I started to work with them as an animator at first. And I never stopped still then. So it's like maybe 20 years now that I work with children all around the world, because I'm really interested in traveling and really interested in and the children at the same time. So I have the chance to go in several countries and to work with different culture, the South culture, you know, with African children, and also the North culture with the Norwegian children. So I am really, really blessed. I'm really blessed to have the chance to have the children in my life. So I've been an animator, a creators of a show for children. They making show with me and we presenting on the stage. I'm a theater teacher and singing teacher, dancing teacher.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can do musical with children too. So I give them the opportunity to go on stage and speak for themselves. So this is one of the things I do. And we also won like 3 years ago. We create a show for defending the rights between female and male, you know, they have the same rights. So it was really beautiful to have, you know, that kind of press who come and say, oh, the children, they want to fight for not only for female right, but for both, you know.
Yes, for the more equality, yes.
Equality, and as a female and as, you know, a little boy or a little girl. And in France, there is a lot of things we can do about that. So yeah, lots of topics, and I also organized a meeting between teenagers and Native American Navajo also, and it was so beautiful, so full of so full of light and beautiful energy. A lot of things in 20 years, and I also work with little baby too. You know, in kindergarten, and I also been a teacher in the Montessori pedagogy.
School.
Yeah, and also a little bit in Steiner school, but there's not so much Steiner. Waldorf Steiner, yeah, but there's not so much school, Waldorf school in France right now. I think there's 20 school only. And this is my journey with the children, and I was really happy. I work in Egypt, for example, and I have at the same time Italian, Russian, Arabic, French, German. So I said sometimes, okay, we play football, because it was the only word everybody knew. So this is the children who teach me to speak English, actually, because I work with English children, and I really have to know what they were talking about really quickly. I also work as a teacher in Poland. You see a lot of things, and I want to continue my work with children. And about the spiritual journey, I had the chance when I was really little to have amazing dreams.
Okay, tell us more about it.
Yeah. And I create a book, actually, is coming out in French for at start. Yes, it's calling Blue Stars. And I create a book about the dreams I had, because it was really, really important for me. I never forgot it. And it's starting when I was 4, and it stopped when I was 12. And it was a continuing scenario.
Wow. So you wrote down your dreams and created a book, or you are creating a book about...
Yeah, I finished the book, and now we create the cover. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so my dream was about going into a place where all the knowledge of the universe was keeping there, and so the place was teaching me a lot of things, and it changed my life, because I saw things. I saw the creation of the universe. I saw the places was my teacher, and they say to me, create a universe now. So I have to create the universe, my universe. And it was so beautiful. And then I have the chance to meet other civilizations about my questions. It was always an interaction with the place and my question, my feelings about what I want to know more about the life. And when I was 12, it was crazy, because they have some kind of guardian in this place, that they come to me and they say, now you're not a child anymore, so you cannot come in this place again.
Wow,
so it was closed. But I do something that I should not do. I decided to remember everything. So because I was going there, but I was not allowed to remember. So so at 12 years old, I wake up with all that memories. It was so nice. And when I grew up, I was with friends, and they were talking about Akashic Memory. You know it? And
yeah, sure,
so I was, oh my God, there is the name of the places. Oh my God, this is not really a dream or what?
You had been there, yes.
Yeah, maybe. And it was amazing. And after that, I have a spiritual journey, really a bit chaotic in somehow, because I was so connected to everything. So sometimes it's nice to know that there is dangerous places also. So it was a bit of everything at the same time, but I have the chance to continue to travel. So I've been in really spiritual places like Jerusalem, for example, or the north of Scandinavia too. That kind of places. And so one day I was in Norway and in the north, and someone gave me a book.
Yeah, that would be the next question I have for you. So maybe before you continue, I will just.
But I want to say just one
Yes.
more thing. I realized that I can create story for children without thinking about the scenario. It's coming to me so naturally, so easily, and it's really a story for the children who are there, because I didn't create a story in my, you know, in my desk with my computer. I always creating story because I'm a storyteller too. So I always create the story with the children. And I start my workshop, we were 3 children, and after 3 months we were 50 children.
Wow, awesome. You
It was amazing. I had
how,
children on the table, under the table, because the room wasn't big enough for everybody. So it was amazing. And yeah, so maybe we can enter, yeah. We can continue.
Thank you for sharing it. So inspiring. And I had the good feeling, the right feeling to contact you and ask you for the interview, because you are somebody who can give so much to our next generation, to inspire children, to show them the way how to live. And of course, through your journeys, through your experiences in different countries, you were able to connect so much wisdom, because that's the way how we evolve. I think when we travel, when we meet different culture, different people, this is the best way to grow also spiritually, because we learn from each other. Every person is our mirror. Everyone can teach us something. We can give something. So somebody who has done so much and has seen so many places, you are rich in experience, you are rich in wisdom, and this is what you can give now to the next generation, to the kids. And this is what I think so wonderful and so important. So I'm really glad that you are here and that we can spread your knowledge and your wisdom into the world a little bit. Yes. So and maybe now then, yes.
I would say the children, they teach me so much too. They're the best teacher.
Sure. Yes, you teach the children, and they teach you, of course. Yeah, these are souls. We are all equal. We are all souls. They have just a younger body, but the soul is can also be very evolved. So the next question I have to you, of course, that's very important, or everyone wants to know. I'm also always curious about these stories, because every story is different. Everyone has an individual path. How did you find the Ringing Cedars books, and when was it?
So it was in Thing Gathering, actually. I don't know if you know about the Rainbow Gathering and the Thing Gathering. It's
tell a little bit about it.
Some sort of there's people all around the world who decided to create groups who live in nature, and they create workshop about their knowledge they have, and they share their knowledge. And the Rainbow Gathering is for all the world, and the Thing Gathering is for Scandinavian. So I was in the Thing Gathering. It was my first gathering, and I was in a cabinet. How to say, you know, the house in wood?
Yes.
And on the table there were one book, and I was close to the chimney, and it was just, oh yeah, what is it, this book? And it was a nice cover, because there's that drawing of Anastasia with the bear who is playing with a ball, you know, that ball of energy. Actually, I don't remember which one it was, but I got it in my hand and I started to read it, but I'm not as comfortable in English to really understand it deeply, you know, when the books was in English, not in German or in Norwegian, but I was the chance that it was in English, and I never knew who was who bring that book. But I started reading, and I say, wow, it looks really nice. But after that, I came back in France, and I was in ecologic places, because I was doing things for ecology, and as that really nice and beautiful girls who say to me, I have to introduce you to a book. It's really beautiful. And she said, you have to read the second one, because the first one is not really good translation in French, blah, blah, blah. So she gave me the second, and I recognize it, even if that doesn't have the same cover. I recognize the book, and I say, "Oh my God! In less than 3 months, I have this book 2 times in my hand."
Wow, that's destiny.
Yeah,
It's not a coincidence.
So I thought maybe it's really needs to be reading really carefully. So I started to read it, and the second book, and it was like a click, like that. It was the first pages, and I was completely on it. But I didn't devour the books. Actually, I didn't finish them, and it was more than 10 years ago. I can read only 2 or 3 pages or 4, and after I have to meditate about it for quite a long time. This is why it took so long to reach all the books. And after that, someone gave me all the collection in English, and it was really nice. But for me, I prefer it in French because it's more details for me. And I realized, because I felt always a bit lonely about what I lived when I was little, changed my vision of the world so deeply. So I felt a bit alone, and felt so different from the other. And there's special and specific things she said in the book I saw in the place I was.
You saw the pictures in your mind, or what do you mean?
Not really the picture, the thing she said, exactly the things she said, I saw it in the place I've been. So nobody saw it. I saw it, and she talked about it. And not nobody, I don't know about everybody, but nobody I know, nobody I know around me knew that kind of things. And she was talking about it, and she was talking to think for the first time. I realized how deep the world could be, and how heavy and beautiful, in a beautiful way, but so much light in just 1 pages. And I was changing my mind in the process of the books, and it was too strong for me, too hard. This is why I had to take 1 page at the time, or 1 chapter at the time. Because at the same time, they're creating like a spider net, the connection about everything I saw in my life, everything I knew, and she was putting a big picture of it,
Yes.
And it was so deep feeling for me. It was like this book was my book. It was like she's speaking everything I have in my heart with words. And I really tried to share the book around me, but I didn't really reach maybe 1 or 2 people, but not my family or people really close. But yeah, it touches me so deep. So I'm really thirsty about meeting other people who were touched too. And I really want to. But can I share the dream I have of Anastasia now, or I can?
Of course. That's why we are here. Feel free to share anything you
because
feel in your heart.
But yeah, it was a few years ago, like maybe 10 years ago. I was reading the books, and it was a beautiful, a really long dream. That kind of dreams you feel like during all the night. And It was really nice because they have a big house in my dreams, and there is a lot of people who want to see her, a lot of people who want to talk with her. So we have to wait in a line, some kind of. And
cool.
And she came to me, and she wasn't glowing or beautiful. She was just a normal woman, because she said she wants people to see her as a human and not as something else. So she was with that little scarf, and she's the long hair like that. She was not like
tiny being from elsewhere.
Yes, she was just a normal woman, and then she came to me, and she told me a storytell. And in the storytell, ask me which character I want to be in the story. And it was really important for me, that story, because all the time she was, it was really a story with a king and a normal story you have. But it was beautiful because in my dream, like I was, when she was sharing the dreams, I was all the character at the same time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I can see all the life, all the choices. And at the end, they have that little figurine, I say, that little toy. And she asked me to pick the one I want to be, and I realized I want to be a character I never thought I picked.
Something new, a new adventure.
Yeah, because I thought I was the king into the story, all the story, but at the end, no, I just want to be the pirates, and it was really nice. And then she teach me about what my soul really wants to do in this life, and because the king is involved in political things, he's involved to changing the world, he's involved, but the pirate, she's just creative and she's doing what she wants and she brings children on it.
It's free. Yeah, it's totally free. It's total freedom. Yes. The king is not free. Yeah.
And at the end of the dream, she took my hands and she said, I don't know if I can share that.
How you feel?
Because it was a bit traumatic, because in my town, there was that young boy who disappeared and we don't know where he was. And after a long time, we discovered that he was dead. And in my dreams, she was with him. And she said, first, I watched for the soul, the pure soul there with me. And then she said, she took my hand, she said, continue to share storytelling with children. Wow. Don't stop, never stop doing that all the time you can.
I get chills now when you... It's always a feedback I get from my soul, when somebody's telling the truth, then I get the feedback as chills. That's what nice. I am getting. So beautiful and so deep. Yes, so deep.
So I start immediately. I had the chance to work in the school, and I was a student at the same time, and I coming, between the lunch for the children in the school, I have maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and I can do everything I want. So I storytell. I storytell every day, school day, for all the studies. So maybe 2 years, I storytell every day. And I create 3 stories with them. One for the little one for the middle, and one for the biggest, the oldest, sorry. And Medusa, she's the one for the middle. And I realized the change I did on the mind of the children. I changed them. I changed the vision of the life. I changed the way, the mind,
way of thinking. Yes.
Yeah, not even the thinking, the working. They have access to places maybe they forgot by growing up. And I was worried, but I created artists, all of them. I didn't mean on purpose. But now they're 10 years later, they are 18 or 19 years old, and they're all doing artist class and that kind of things.
Look what you have done.
That first they didn't believe me that I can create, because I take the children and I say, give me 3 objects, any kind, and I create a story. And I didn't create a story like this object. No. It was something deep, something really. And at the end, they say, I don't believe you. I don't believe you can do that. It's not possible. The human beings, they cannot do that. And I say, yeah, of course they can, because you say, no, you prepare it at your home and you introduce the object. And I say to them, give me now 3 objects and I can create another story with you. And after that, I can give you even 4 with 5 objects. I will create a story for you and for you. And that children, he was amazed. He was like, oh, this is the, and he said to me, you know what? When you tell story, I can see the image in my head.
Awesome.
It was like, it was for them, it was that places, you know, that is not a writing. You didn't write, you didn't see a movie. There's no book, no screen, just me and them, eyes to eyes.
Wow.
And they use that special part of the brain that you can create image just by the voices and the vision of the mind to the mind, you know, come to my mind and we mix with the mind for the moment of that storytelling moment. Is so powerful.
Yes, so powerful and also so important. And you teach them to develop their creative power, which help them
imagination
to manifest. Yeah, we know imagination, but it's imagination. For me, it's not just imagination, it's the truth. You know, you create your future, you create your desires, and when you teach the children when they are small and they are more able to remember where they come from than adult people, and you give them the tools and train with them to play with their creativity, then later this will be the great creators which will come into the world and who will be able to create future, wonderful future, because it's all our thought create reality. So you are the wonderful teacher. That's the best thing you can give to children, to teach them how to create, to use their imagination, their creative power, their brain to create pictures. That's training. So I'm really deep touched about it, because it's so powerful and so multi-level. It's not just telling stories to children, it is much more, because you teach them to be a powerful, conscious creators. That's maybe a play where they imagine pictures, you send them to their mind. It's also kind of like telepathy for me, you know, because you send them your pictures, is right, and they sending and receiving, they can receive what you are sending to them. So it's also the future. That's how we all used to be in the past, and now we're learning to remember it. For us adults, it's more difficult maybe, because we are already programmed through our society, our schools. But when you pick up little children and teach them that, and in a light way, playing with them, it's wonderful. It's really wonderful and so important. And maybe this is what Anastasia meant when she told you, keep doing what you're doing, tell stories, because it's much more than just telling stories. It's much more important and much more deep. That's how I feel it at the moment. So great, really great. So you're doing amazing things. I'm really inspired, and your stories. So this is, I think you are kind of, your brain is open to receive information from cosmos, from different dimension. That's why you're doing it so in such a easy, natural way. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to, write down stories and think about it. When somebody wants to write down a story and it's heavy and it doesn't come, and it's not that natural how you are doing it. It's just coming. You can call it channeling. I call it just receiving the information from elsewhere, because we are so being bombarded with information from everywhere, but our brain is closed, so we are not able to access it. And you have the ability, and you can share it with kids. So it's really, really wonderful. And what I wanted to tell you also, that about how you read the books, that you say, I can totally understand it, because this is how I feel it now. First time when I started with the books, I read them like a novel, you know. I read them all and that's it. But now when I open the book, I need like 1 week or even longer for one page, because it's so deep. There are so many hidden information, you know, that this is a living word for me. It's not a book, it's a living word, and you will access it accordingly to your level of consciousness. You know, everyone is on a different level, on individual journey. But every time you take the book, you will pick up this information on that level, which fits to you, to your state of consciousness. So I can totally understand it, because that's how I feel today. I took last time the book 2 days ago, and I opened it and I read one page, maybe not a little bit more than 1 page, and I said, okay, that's enough. I have to contemplate it. There's so much to contemplate on in these books. So that's why they are so deep, and they are such a great treasure for everyone. Yeah, and they are growing with you. I mean, with our consciousness. So we are never finished with these books. That's how I feel it. Yeah, because
never finished, like in the universe, never ending.
Yes. And I think this was the purpose, this was the idea that Anastasia put in this books, and she said these are codes, and you will be able to understand more and more when you read more in nature or such. That's why I think these books are for whole life and not just for How about children? Did you try to show them the books? Elder children, did they come resonate with it or not? Or you think they are not ready yet for that? I mean, when they are little children, or how do you feel about this?
I create a story for the children. I didn't, like I said, oh, I want to share Anastasia beliefs and I want to create a book about it. No, I create a story they need. I mean, in a biggest picture. So of course they love it, and especially the girls, because especially the girls, but the boys too. No, they love it. It's really nice, but I'm really shy about it because I work with a dessinator. I don't know if I say it. Yeah, she called Marie-Laure de Tarragon. She's the designer, you know. And they love the design she's doing, and they love the story. They don't stop to they want the next book. They want to know what happened next. And this is when, you know, it's a bit tricky when you want to share the story in the biggest way. It's you have to go into that machine of editors and it's wow. It's another things, but the children, they really like it. So I'm sure it's gonna be nice to them.
Would you Would you like to speak exactly about your special book and what it's about, the story, and show us a little bit, tell us about the story, because it's really, really amazing, especially that you said that this book is going to be translated in English as well.
Yeah. So it's really soon. Community. So the name is Medusa, and it's so I can tell you about the books or about the story. So I will start with the story and then the book. The story is about the humanity lives in a dystopic world. I mean, there's no trees, there's no river, no animals, but humanity having some dome, you know, the dome. They can breathe, the air is poison, but they have dome. You know, inside the dome, there's a lot of life. You know, it's like a lot of trees, they're protected by the little bubbles. And there are a lot of imaginations, and they love our society. So, for example, you have the bubbles who try to reproduce the old New York of the 70s. And they have the bubbles of China with a lot of old China, you know, like old times. So it was really ancient, it's heavy because that poison, the earth was suffering, but at the same time it's so fun because inside the bubbles there is a lot of way of justice, nobody is starving. And I think it's always like that, you know, you can always you have always the dark places, and they can have different forms. And in this story, the form is that red desert where there is no life, but inside the bubbles it's really beautiful and fun, and they have a lot of songs, a lot of joy and happiness. And this is also for children to see, even if the world is catastrophic in somehow.
Especially now we live in such difficult times. So
Yeah,
It's good today.
yeah, you can find a way to have fun, yeah, and the things will evolve. And so Medusa, she's a young girl from this world, but she have that enormous surprise when she was a child. She was visited by snakes, and the snakes, they were supposed to be disappeared. So it was really, really scary. And at the same time, they become friends with snakes. She dancing with them in the bedroom. And one day, I can show you. So this is the red desert.
Okay.
With old civilization. Then
beautiful.
You know, like, you know, with
the paradise they live in.
Kind of, yeah.
Yes.
And so this is Medusa. She's talking about her daily life, and then she met the snakes. But you know, for example, they create animals. You know, they create animals because they know animals, so they create genetically. They create animals, and it's okay for now. And then, so she's meeting the snakes. She was scared about it when she was a child. So she talked with her mother about it. And then what's happened? It's the big cobra comes one day. And he said, I'm here to protect you. And one day you will be called to change the world. So, so when she get 13 years old, she was supposed to go to college. Not college. In English, it's more, you know, when you have high school. And so she wants to see her favorite group, Spicy Girls. You know. Yeah. Anyway, she's a teenager, so.
Beautiful graphics.
She make a lot of joke about her life too. She's funny. But one night, the snakes are not coming. And she don't know why. And first reaction, she was happy about it. But then she started to be afraid. And so she go to the school. She said goodbye to her mom and her sister. But she's going to a bus, but it's not a good bus. It's going to places, and the guys who's driving the bus is really weird. But she find other children into the bus. She discuss with them.
Wow, awesome.
She chat with them, and that girl, she's the favorite of the children's. Yeah, Melusine. And she met them, and she asked herself, what is going on? And they said they are going to a big competition. So she tried to get out of the bus, but she can't. So she stayed on it. She talked with the little girl. And then she arrived to a place she never saw. And this is inside the earth. You know, it's not at the surface. She's going to the tunnel, and she's going in this. And she saw for the first time a really beautiful free tree. Was not into a dome, you know, and she understand how her world was weird and somehow was keeping things into bubbles, you know. And at this moment, she met, you know, that 3 women who come in, you know, like tell you about your destiny. And,
Moi.
Les moires. And so the children, they are chosen by a god, you know, that ancient god.
Wow, beautiful pictures. I really like these pictures, these colors, beautiful design of the book.
Yeah. And so there was the old god who actually wants to having a competition to know who's gonna rule the next 5,000 years. And so Zeus and also Aphrodite, Athena, you know, that old
from
god.
Ancient Greece,
They remain.
They remain somehow.
Yeah, somehow. And so into the center of the earth. But she awakened a really old object. She saw the snake on it. So she understands she was on her journey and starting now. And the girl, they said, the woman, they said, you're waking up Gaia. You were the first one, you're waking up Gaia. So now Gaia is awake and you're in her team, but you are alone. You're alone in her team, but she was happy about it. And after that, this is the end of the first book. And there's that new character is coming for the rest. And for the story, I will show you the rest after that. After that, the other children for other team decided to join her, of course, join Gaia.
But maybe you don't want to say everything about the future, because then the children, you know.
Not everything, but just the other character chose to come with her in her team by choice. I want to fight for Gaia. I want Gaia to win the competition. I want the earth to be at the front of what we have, because they have that poison dessert and they don't want that anymore. And so this is a choice. This is a choice for them. They chose to come to her team. And this is the second book, say Medusa and Demeter. You know, the goddess Demeter.
Yes.
A little bit of how we create the story with the children, because we ask them to choose the face of Medusa. We ask them to choose the costume.
Beautiful. So they are co-creating the story.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And then we have the magic of Gaia. And this is in this moment when Anastasia is coming.
Oh.
Yeah. And then all the things she said about having a seed into the mouth before you're putting into the garden, and all the stars connections, they're all in here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so there's the character will explain different kind of the places, of the things they have to know about creating the garden of Anastasia.
Beautiful, really beautiful.
And they're really connected to the characters, and so they really appreciate that bonus, and hopefully they will try to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they show it to the stars, and then they wait 3 days without raining, for the mouth, the seed, they have the chance to dry. And then they have the seed is coming to fruits, but different kind of, because they're inspired by them. So they're for them. So this is so nice. The children, they're really happy. So this is the team we have. And this is really nice, because we create characters for boys too. And they're all important. But there are seven characters into the Gaia team. And what is amazing, and I didn't realize, this one is the favorite of the oldest girl. She loves her. What I didn't realize that I create a character for chakra.
Yes, I see.
So yeah, and their power, magical power, is really connected to the chakra too. I didn't know it. I didn't really think about it, but I realized it.
You see?
So 7 characters representing
7
chakra who can do a kind of portal, who can invite the energy of Gaia to rise again.
Wow. Yes, I get chills again. So it's really so deep and so beautiful, so inspiring, so much knowledge in the book, and so also so multi-level, that you can go even deeper and deeper, like you see all those powerful symbols like a snake. It's of course spiritual symbol, very powerful, and also with the ancient gods, ancient beings from ancient Greece, which of course there are many
they're still here.
Yes, who they really are, and
democracy and that kind of that they are still around, their energy actually. And this is a really, really nice story, because at the end Gaia provide. We will see.
And also about this civilization in the middle of the earth. It's also truth for me.
Me too.
So there's a lot of wisdom in your books, and I am sure that children who remember, who are open for it, they will resonate with it, and they will maybe also download information from different dimensions and will connect to those beings. So this is just wonderful, so creative. And I think you are so important, especially now in these days with connecting to children, because we need such people like you who show the children another way. That's the new way, to prepare them for the golden age which is coming, for the big changes we are now in. We live now in chaotic times, and we see only the negativity, but there also out of chaos something new can evolve, something new can come. And this is what will, in my opinion, this will be this new golden age we are speaking about, or many spiritual people. Everyone understands something else under that maybe, but how I feel it resonates to your book. So many points in your book and topics are feels good for myself. Feels really right. That's why I got my chills. So, yes.
Me too. I have chills too, because when I create a story, I realized it's a bit like going into the future. Your future
or past, because there is no time really.
Yeah, but in some times they can predict what's going to happen. For example, at the end, I tried to save all the person in the earth, and I couldn't. The scenario that doesn't go to this way. So the other people, they changed. Well, I won't say the end of the story, but I really feel like all the creators of story, we are connected to that healing of humanity and helping them to transcend every kind of situations, the humankind. This is our role we have. We are that kind of medicine. And when you see the movie on Netflix, for example, and they drive us, they use that wisdom, that illness the storyteller have, they create story, and at the end they crush the good, and and this is terrible for me to see. All that stories was not going into the light at the end. They were just crushing everybody. And this is why this is important, also has a bigger picture. This is why I create a book, because I want all the children as possible to, because I try everything I can, because you say it's important, and thank you so much, Agatha, to say that, but there's not a lot of people who think it's important. It doesn't, even editors, when they saw me, they didn't see someone interesting for them. They're not really, because they want money. They don't want to.
How they think. They're only interested in profit and not in.
Not all of them, but most of them, they're not really connected with children. They're connected with the money they could do and the parents. So for me, it was quite a hard journey to be a storyteller. Is not having a lot of money, at the end of the month. It is quite a journey, and this is but I know how important it is, so I'm fighting for it. But now I would just want two things going to one line, like the thing I do and the society. I want to line it up like that, because I know I'm the right direction, because I'm a singer, and I had the chance to become a bit famous when I was younger. And I knew it wasn't my way for my soul to express. I don't want to be a toy for men to put me into a stage and say, so that's it. Could become famous if they want. This thing should be, not me, the story I tell. And I sing too, because I want to make a soundtrack of the book. Because the song, you know, the children, they're really connected to the story, but for the adults, when I sing, they're channeling too. And this is really nice. I have the chance to, but I don't find really stage places. It's really hard into this world to find and make energy to go and just sing for them, sing for people. But I try to do it more, because in 3 years now I have my daughter, and I didn't do anything, but I did that. That's good.
Yeah,
and
that's much. And you know what? This is, we are just in the beginning, and you don't know, you know, Gabriel is going to publish Anastasia books, so he will be a publisher. So who knows? Yeah, maybe one day he will say, well, let's
finger crossed.
We don't know, but everything is possible. And I know out of possibilities in the quantum field, you will find and choose the right one for you, and you will find a way. It is your destiny, this is your journey, and it
exactly will. And when you have something to share and you hear something, it's so sad when you cannot share it, because you know exactly where you want to go. And it's but I hope that
you stay persistent, you don't give up. You see, everything needs time in this dimension, in this density where we live. Everything needs time to manifest.
True.
And we have to learn this, a little bit patient, but you are doing beautiful things, and I know that more and more people would love to listen to it, to see it. And children, you see, I met you, and I knew from the first moment, wow, this woman is amazing. I want to know more about her, because she's doing something good to the world, something positive. You spread light in the world, you give something beautiful to children, to other people, also to adults. So you know, you are uplifting other people, and this is what's important, especially now. It's always important, but especially now, where so many people live in fear, you know, in loneliness. They feel disconnected to the divine, to creator. So this is the way how we can inspire each other and help. So this is why I'm really inspired now, and I think it's wonderful what you are doing, and I wish you really all the best. And I know we will stay in contact, and we will have maybe more talks. Let's see. Yeah, anyway, it's wonderful.
Do you want, for the closure, I can sing a little bit if you want.
Oh, great. That would be amazing. Yes, please.
Just give me 1 second. I will stop the washing machine.
Okay, do it. So we wait for a second for Priscillia to come back, but I think it's really wonderful, and it's so important to share such stories with the world, that normal people become remarkable and create wonderful things and can inspire each other. And this is what we want to do in our community. We want to spread light and positive vibration, and want to learn from each other, and help to heal our planet and help to evolve into the better world. So please.
Yeah, and then we can finish like that. Yeah, this could be nice. So live and live. Belina Horeven Hari So El sirdandore na virdaolen Erditardozina Berdino Berden Berdino Berdeli
Wow.
Un petit message d'amour pour tout le monde.
Thank you so much. This was so beautiful. Wow.
Thank you. It's so really when I want to spread that feeling that we're connected to the world, we're joyful, we are full of love, and that's the soul we have. Thank you, Agatha.
So beautiful, so amazing. And I am so glad that you took the time and agreed to make this interview, because this is exactly my vision, part of my vision, to show to the world people who are doing remarkable, amazing things that can change. Everyone has something beautiful to share and to give. And many people just maybe don't have the opportunity, or they don't believe in themselves. And that's why you, with your interview, will, I'm sure, inspire so many other people also to follow their dreams, to follow their vision, and to share what they have to give with the world. Beautiful. So amazing.
I want just to say that for now, the book is only on Amazon, because it's a lot of money to print it. We have saw that there is that ecologic printer that we want to do. But for now, it is only on Amazon. But I give you the link
yes,
if people are interested. Yes. And we are actually talking right now to someone to translate the book. It's not going to take so long, maybe a month, and then we have the book in English too.
And maybe in other languages too.
Yeah.
Step by step. I see it already in many more languages.
Okay,
in my mind. Yes.
I'm okay for it.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to say something for closing, or is it everything you would like to share, or is something else that would like to be expressed? How do you feel?
Just if people can just play with the children with the joy and happiness and dancing into this earth, I think the world follow. Yes. Follow the rhythm. Yes. Because we need joy right now.
Yes.
More as joy as we can, and the children, they need it too. So
yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So really, I would like to thank you very much for being with me, for doing this interview. It was really a big pleasure to me, and you are really a wonderful woman. I would like to stay in touch with you. We will create more and more together, because I want to connect the European community, and I know more people will come with our visions, and we will create really a beautiful, strong spiritual fellowship where we can co-create together and do amazing things. There's much to come.
Thank you, Agatha, for doing that. It's amazing. Thank you so much to putting energy and light into that project, to link people together, as the journey of Anastasia, our spiritual journey in this world, is so important. So thank you so much for that.
Okay, so stay in light, stay in this beautiful, loving frequency, and keep sharing your light, spreading your light to the world, and we stay in contact. Thank you very much, Priscilla.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you, Agatha.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.